Hi everyone, it's Alan with Earthglow. Welcome back to another new video. In today's video, we are going to be making some really exciting candles. These ones that you see in front are one of our limited edition candles, and if you are new to the channel, I do a ton of limited edition candles. That is one of the things that Earthglow has been most known for, are our limited collections as well as our holiday candles. So these that you see here are going to be our zested orange and holiday ginger candles. And I'm also making two other limited edition holiday scents, black cardamom and cream, as well as forest lore snow. And these will all be posted to the website earthglow.com on 11/29/2024, so that is Black Friday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And not only that, but you get the whole website 20% off, something Earthglow has never done before, as well as 30% off all of our extra large candles. And that is all of our bowl size 17.5 ounce XLs. So there are 5 different Wanderlust scents, as well as 3 different limited edition winter scents that you're getting in the 17.5 ounce bowl size at 30% off for Black Friday. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get back to the video. So I am using the CDN wicks for these vessels, and if you did want my exact formula for all these candles, just check out my Patreon link down below, but this video goes over the whole process of making the candles. Now you can also see that I am using some new wick centering tools, and these are from Norden Candle Supply. It's not sponsored or affiliated, it's just a new company that I have been trying out, and I've really been enjoying their tools. Now, previously you'll have seen on the channel that I just used popsicle sticks for my larger candles and double wicks, and these definitely work, and I'm still using them on some of the candles that I don't yet have wick centering tools made for yet, but I would say that it's a little bit easier to use the tools. You're just going to have less adjustments to do later, and this is kind of something that I've been gradually transitioning all of my multi-wick candles over to. Now you can also see that I'm using a piston funnel for these, and that is a tool that I've really enjoyed using for pretty much all of my candles that are concrete or multi-wicks. It really helps me to minimize my spilling, and that piston funnel, as well as all the candle making supplies that I purchase on Amazon, are linked below in my Amazon storefront. And for today, that this video is going live on, which is Black Friday of 2024, you are able to shop my Amazon storefront and get substantial discounts on a number of different products for Black Friday. So definitely check that out if you are wanting to shop some sales and stock up on some supplies that are tried and tested for your candle business. Now the wax that I'm using for these candles is coconut apricot, but I do also use CB2 wax on a lot of these concrete candles. I kind of vacillate between those two waxes, just depending on whatever works best for the specific fragrance. You'll see that I talk about that a lot, and I would highly advise you, if you're a candle maker, to test out each fragrance individually. They are all made of different aromatic chemicals and ingredients, and you need to be trying all these different fragrances out and testing each one thoroughly, because you're going to find that a lot of them require slightly different wicking from each other. So you could have a wax that works really well for your business and wicks that you use with that wax, but you're going to find with each different fragrance oil, a lot of the time that you're going to need to alter up or down a size, so your wicking will be kind of variable, and that is to get the optimal candle performance. If you're just looking for an average candle, then maybe you can use the same wick in all of your vessels, but if you're looking to have an exceptional candle, I would highly recommend doing thorough testing, not only on every fragrance, but also testing each fragrance a number of weeks out from when you first made the candle and did your initial testing, because you'll find that as wax solidifies more, the results in your test burns can often change slightly. So a wick that might have worked after you burn that candle for a week after you made it could change pretty substantially after another month. So I know most of you watching this have always heard test, 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 but those of us that are really successful in making candles are not only doing a lot of it, but we are enjoying doing a lot of it. And it is not only part of our life, but it's something that is just a part of this craft that we've come to really embrace and enjoy. So the fragrance that I'm using for these candles is a blend of 2 different oils. One of them is by Stone Candles. It is called Spicy Clementine, and it's a fragrance oil that I knew I was going to be using during the holidays, but I was trying to find something to blend with it to make it really unique. Now, citruses tend to be very challenging for candles. A lot of times, new candle makers will purchase a citrus fragrance oil thinking, oh, it's going to smell like it does out of the bottle, which can be the case for a number of fragrance oils. But then they go and burn that candle only to find that it smells almost like a synthetic fuel type of a scent. You may have even tried to put pure citrus essential oil in your candle and found that the same type of result, where you get a candle that smells almost like you're burning fuel. And that is just the case with a number of citruses. Now, this Spicy Clementine, I have not found that to be the case with from Stone Candles. And the citruses that I purchased from Candle Science as well, I will say, are very true to their scent. I've never found them to smell, any of them, like a fuel type of a scent. But I did also want to blend this, and I ended up blending it with Ginger and Spice by Candle Science, and I find that this candle just brings this really festive holiday experience that is sensual and spicy and zesty, and I'm in love. I've been enjoying burning my testers for the last couple months, and I'm really excited for you all to try this candle. And again, for Black Friday, they're all 20% off, but my XL sizes are 30% off. So take advantage of that deal. Now, if you are new at all to the channel, you will see me using this stick thermometer a lot. And this is how I get the most precise temperature readings. Temperature is extremely important when you are making candles, and particularly when you are adding your fragrance oil. Most fragrances require you to add your oil at about 185. And coconut waxes, a lot of them require you to go a bit higher than that. This one in particular is the Seda Serica by Cal Wax. You can get it at a number of different suppliers like Northwood, Porter. There's a bunch of different companies that sell this wax. But you don't have to add it at 200. You can add your fragrance at 185, I found. With this wax, but I always use that stick thermometer because it's going to give me the most accurate temperature reading. Now, I like to stir for at least a minute, and with certain waxes, that time is going to be variable, but with coconut apricot, a minute is going to give you more than sufficient time, I would say. Most people will say to stir this wax for about 20 to 30 seconds. You're never going to do yourself wrong by stirring a little bit longer than that. But if you understir, you're at risk for the fragrance oil not thoroughly binding with the wax molecules, which again, you heat to that temperature of 185 to ensure that those wax molecules are fully expanded and your fragrance is going to bind to your wax at that temperature. Once I'm done stirring, you will see me take these aluminum pouring pitchers and pour them into my piston funnel and then pour the candles from that. Now, you'll also see behind me that there is a little pad that I've got on top of my scale, and I will try to add that one to my Amazon storefront. That is a new tool that I've been using. It is a silicone little pad, and I have found that that works better than using the coasters that I was using before, just like some crocheted or knitted coasters, because it almost totally prevents the heat from touching the scale, and I've found that this greatly increases my accuracy with my scale to have this here, because what can happen when you are adding in your wax in your pouring pitchers, which get really hot on that scale, is your scale can kind of glitch. And I talk about this in a number of videos where you can have a scale that's otherwise accurate, but it just kind of gets whacked out when it gets too hot. And so having that silicone barrier in between your pouring pitcher and your scale can really help ensure accuracy even when you're pouring wax at really high temperatures into your pouring pitchers on that scale. Now, with coconut apricot wax as well as CB2, also known as Soy Bliss or number 7, two of the waxes that you'll see me using a lot on this channel, I do generally pour right after adding my fragrance. These waxes work best if you pour at hot temperatures. A number of coconut waxes and soy blends are like this. You're going to minimize any type of, you really don't get sinkholes, but you're gonna maximize your jar adhesion and minimize any type of aesthetic types of things that don't look as good when you pour at high temperatures. Now, I also talk about multi-wicking a lot on the channel, but I really swear by this. If your container is a little over 3 inches in diameter, you can almost certainly multi-wick and get a better hot throw that way. No matter what your wax is and no matter what fragrance oil you're using, you're going to maximize your hot throw by multi-wicking. Now, if your container is under 3 inches in diameter, that is going to be virtually impossible to do, but if you go just above that 3-inch mark, you're going to maximize this. Now, I'm also going to have a video coming out in the next week that shows me making some other limited edition holiday candles, like the black cardamom and cream, as well as forest lore snow, which you'll see a little bit of at the end of this video as well. And I'm also going to have a video making my XL Wanderlust candles, which are 17.5 ounce bowls. And they're really, really gorgeous candles to have when you have people over or when you're just trying to make your home feel extra special. They just look stunning and they will fill an open area of your space without a problem. And those candles will be 30% off for Black Friday, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Something never before seen on Earthglow, and I just restocked them. They usually sell out immediately, even without the 30%, but I really wanted them to be at an accessible price for anyone to try this year. So I'm super excited about that. There's a very limited quantity, and I've been able to restock 5 cents in that 17.5 ounce triple wick bowl size. So stay tuned for my video making those candles in the coming week as well. Now, one thing I've noticed when you're pouring wax at a really high temperature, and even if you pour at a lower temperature, your wicks can fluctuate a little bit. So one thing, if you're using popsicle sticks, that you won't see me doing in this video, but I probably did it off camera, is tightening the wicks a little bit. So just where you see that I've tied them down, I will oftentimes, after I've poured that wax, right while the wax is super hot and making sure that the wicks are centered exactly as I want them, and then tightening down even more that knot on there, because that heat and the momentum from pouring is going to cause those wicks potentially to shift a little bit. And that's another reason why I've been enjoying the wick centering tools more, because it just helps to minimize all of that. Now, the vessels that you just saw are a hydrostone vessel that has gold metallic as well as gold on the outside. And I will outline that whole process on how I made those in my Patreon. These candles that I'm pouring here in the Evermore bowls are Forest Lore Snow candles. I'm super excited about these. This is another custom blend, and it is a very unique take on a balsam fir with a falling snow aesthetic and a little bit of firewood in the background. I'm super happy with how these candles have turned out. You can see that each one is a little bit different, but they all have this almost antique gold type of a vibe on a sort of minimalist canvas background. So they not only are metallics, but then I've gone over those metallics with gold micas that are embedded in my sealer on the exterior of these vessels to give them that extra holiday pizzazz. It's something I've never tried before, and I could not be happier with how these turned out. Now, it is quite a time-consuming process, both to do the metallic as well as put the gold on the outside and then apply that extra sealer on top of the gold that you're putting in your mica on the outside to get that sparkle. But I would say it's absolutely worth it, especially for the holidays. These are gonna make an extra special gift for someone or for yourself to have burning and feel super cozy and luxurious. Now, what I tend to like to do after I've made these candles is just go over them with a heat gun or a creme brulee torch on a very low setting. And that is because even though coconut apricot and CB2 waxes are a single pour, I do find that you can get a little bit of dipping by the wicks, and I've not been able to totally avoid this, particularly on candles that are taller than they are wide. And so I do end up using a heat gun on a very low setting or a creme brulee torch just to get that top absolutely smooth and even. Now I'm going to be boxing these up in these adorable black boxes. Look at how gorgeous these are, you guys. You can see all those different layers. And I have also made some craft labels for these, as well as just using some simple black tissue paper. I'll have the boxes that I'm using linked in my Amazon storefront under Concrete Candles. And I've also made a custom gold label for the inside of these just to make it extra special. If you are a candle business owner, I cannot tell you the importance of branding your products and having an aesthetic that is about your business. It just takes it to that extra level when you already have a great product and gives your customers a specific look that goes with your business. Now, I tend to like neutral tones like tans combined with blacks and whites, and an occasional rainbow pop that you'll see in some of my collections as well. But just a timeless, classy aesthetic is what I go for with Earthglow that is combined with some industrial modernism. Now, these boxes are really nice because they are, I forget what the name of it is, but they open from the front. So they're super nice for your customer to not only be able to open, but also repurpose later. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and check out earthglow.com on Black Friday, which is today, the day that this video is posting, for 20% off site-wide, as well as 30% off all of our extra large bowls in the 17.5 ounce size. I hope you all are having an absolutely beautiful holiday season. This is my most favorite time of year, and I could not be more excited for the launch of these 3 limited edition scents. I'm sending all of you peace, love, and light, and I'm wishing all of you happy candle making. I would like to take the time to thank my patrons for their incredible support.